Later on today, Football Manager 2024 will be out, and I am going to show you how I'm going to set up my Youth Academy Challenge save in Spain this year, because that is where we're going to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Spain as my starting location. I'm going to go to game mode. I'm going to choose original and then go to advanced setup, because I want to see what leagues are available and what leagues are recommended for this nation. So if you want to do a save in Spain, the recommended leagues are England, France, Germany, Gibraltar, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, Ukraine, Argentina, and Brazil. And then for the next part, you want to go to advanced in appropriate player count for database size, and you want to add leagues to this count. Because we're going to be playing in the top 4 divisions, we're going to add all of these leagues, but I also want to add the 5th tier as well, because we are getting a team promoted from the 5th tier to the 4th tier, so we can utilize one of the teams in question. I have already set up a database for this purpose, and I'm going to show you what it does. For the player count, it's added about 11,000 players, and I could have gone for more, but if I tried to add more leagues, I would actually be increasing my player count more than I really want to. So, as far as I'm concerned, limiting it to just the top 5 divisions is probably the best thing for us, and since we're only getting the top 5 divisions anyway, it makes no difference long term. Next, we're going to have the start date of the 10th, and we're going to go on from there. It really doesn't make a difference about where we start, and we can change any of the game modes later on. Your World, we really don't need to do anything about, because we're not going to be even making any transfers for the save. So as far as I'm concerned, New World is kind of pointless. So let's start this game up and go from there. So the next part is we're going to have a holiday manager going forward and see what we can do from here. We're choosing Mikel Marquez, who we will be using later on, but we're going to use him for now and go from here. We are going to start unemployed, despite the fact we had the option to take over a team later. So because we're going to be managing in Spain, I've already got ahead and tested a few things out, and what we are going to do is we're going to sim forward until the 23rd of June. Why the 23rd of June though? Because that is the last date that the playoffs happen, but it's not for the 4th tier. Bizarrely, because the 3rd tier and 2nd tiers of playoffs end on the 23rd of June, you can go back to this point and get different teams promoted from the 5th tier to the 4th tier later on. I'm just assuming because it's a playoff and the whole country is waiting on the results of these playoffs, things can change. That's my only explanation as to why it works, but it does. So what we're going to do is we're going to the 23rd of June and simulating forward from there. I'll see you in a bit. So we've gotten to the 23rd of June. These games have yet to be played, but we are going to save the game here so we have a reference point to come back to before we reset the season. Now that is done, we're going to go forward until we get the new season, and what we're looking for in the next season is the promoted teams. So for Germany, for example, we got the Regional Liga, we got 4 teams promoted. That's useful. But now that we know what we're looking for, in Spain, we're going to go forward to the 9th of July and see who gets promoted to the 4th tier. So now we are here, the 9th of July. We're going to go over this as the first of 2 looks. So far, we've gotten these teams here getting promoted to the 4th tier. A lot of B teams and even some C teams are getting promoted. And there are some teams I would like to get promoted before I can really say this is done. So this is attempt 1. We've not got the team I was looking for this attempt. So we're going to go back again and see what we can do. Mind you, this team is a team I would be considering doing a challenge with if I fail with the first team. But that being said, let's go forward, save this particular file, and get another attempt, shall we? So we're back again, attempt number 2, to try and find an interesting club. And we've got some new teams. Well, just C team did not get promoted, but Villarreal did. But we did get the club that I was looking for in Real Jian. Now, this is the team I will be managing in the Youth Academy Challenge this season. And I will only start it when the full game comes out, so we will not be doing it today. Most likely, you have a video of me starting my save with Real Jian tomorrow, and that'll be fun. The fact they literally have no manager straight away says a lot. But yes, I wanted to show you that you can get a different team promoted if you save on the 23rd of June, and that you can legitimately just get a team promoted that day if you were to save on that particular date. Whether or not you get the players you want to go up is a different story, but that is as late as you can leave it for a team to get promoted that you're looking for. But now that we've got the team we're looking for, we're going to retire this manager. And we're now going to add a new manager. And because I already had the manager in place, I'm going to use the same manager again, but this time we are going to have him take charge of a team. And because we want Real Jian as our team, we're going to have everything set like this. So we only have Sunday League experience and we have no coaching badges. That is a major thing we do here to make sure that this is as challenging as possible. So let's confirm this and see what happens. But now we've got the manager established at the club that we will be managing in the save, we've got to lay down some rules. First things first, no loans or transfers can be made by you. You can sell and loan players out, but you cannot buy or loan players in. If you're sacked, you have to start all over again, which is why I've got 2 different teams for this country set up. We cannot use any save game editors and no international management until the save is completed. However, we can sign backroom staff because, let's be honest, that is going to be a thing we need to do a lot, but we cannot sign players on trial or sign the grayed out players. As we look at this, there's a few things we need to look at. Obviously, given that we've barely got any backroom staff here, we would absolutely need to reinforce this first and foremost and get this sorted out. We could leave it to the backroom staff. However, I like to take full control of this myself because I like to take as much of a time to set things up as possible. And even if we've got someone like Rafa Ortega, I might replace him regardless anyway. But he was the assistant manager and then head of youth development says, oh, but also I don't like the personality. I feel I can get better than him. Also, because of this and because we literally caught this in time, we can negotiate these offers. I'm going to reject this and take him off the transfer list because I don't want this person to be leaving me. Yes, he's my third choice right back. However, we might need to play some of these players in the centre back. And actually, yeah, we might have to keep him around because this guy's 38. Even if he's a decent player for this division, we need to keep him around because, quite frankly, I can't afford to lose him. And we've got this player trying to be brought in by our backroom team. I'm going to reject this because I don't want him. We cannot have a player signing for us at all. So these are the chances you're going to have to work with straight away. And we need to make sure we do things properly. Also, financially, we need to make sure we're stable, which could be difficult when we are expected to lose a lot of money in the first season. No wonder they might talk about potentially selling some players on. Good lord. Thankfully, this is only the beta though, so this might be completely changed up by the time we're getting to the next stage of the save. So once the full game releases, I will be making sure we get started. But today, I wanted to show you how I set up my saves and also what we need to do going forward. Sometimes you can get very lucky with the players that you have at the club still. Sometimes you might miss out. And also, you might be told, yeah, you're only attempted to avoid relegation. And then you also might get told, yeah, you're only expected to attempt to avoid relegation. Nothing more than that. Which could be difficult to say the least. The fans want us to stay in this division. I want us to stay in this division too, quite frankly. Also, you're going to need to win over the support of the players because you've got low reputation. And, yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? Also, making sure who your team is and who your best team is going to be perhaps the most difficult part of the situation. I have no idea who my best team is, and that's a slight concern when we barely got any players to begin with. At least our first team can be useful, I suppose. I'm just going to hope that our team, next time, when we load up for the main save, is not going to be as weak as this. But this is how I set things up, and we're going to hope for the absolute best going forward. But if you guys like this video, be sure to like and share this video, and to subscribe to the channel, because we're going to end things here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video, and it was useful for you guys to see how I set up my Youth Academy Challenge saves. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.